Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and Your Excellency President Gramerson, good afternoon. It's a great honor to be invited to give a presentation for the green infrastructure innovation from China to the Arctic. I'm Zequn from Eco Foundation Global and Eco Forum Global. My presentation will contain three parts. The first is some examples of green infrastructure innovation in China. Second part is about the green development and eco-civilization, China new development concept. Last but not least is the future cooperation from China to the Arctic. First, let me quick and brief give you an introduction about EFG. Eco Foundation Global is a non-profit foundation which focuses on the promotion of eco-civilization and sustainable development. EFG was created in 2009. In 2013, its flagship product, Eco Forum Global, was promoted to an international forum with approval of China's central government. Eco Forum Global now is known as China Green Davos. It's great appreciated that President Gramerson participated in our annual conference this year in Guiyang and gave a very inspiring speech in the opening, as well as served as the president of International Advice Council for Eco Forum Global this year. Thanks for your kind and strong support. Most of the time when I finished the introduction of Eco Forum Global and the Eco Foundation Global, people will wonder to know why we choose Guizhou. Guizhou used to be the least developed and the poorest province in China. The GDP amount per person was lower than Tibet. There is even a local saying goes about how poor and inconvenient for the development of Guizhou. That is, not 3 days without rain, not 3 miles without hail, and not a pursuit with hole. That is the reason why EFG chose Guizhou and Guizhou chose EFG. Guizhou is the perfect example to show the right pathway of the balance between the economy development and the ecological protection. So, what's the achievement that Guizhou have had in the last 10 years? First, the GDP growth of Guizhou has kept the top 3 place for the last 7 years in China. And Guizhou becomes the national eco-civilization pilot zone. Some new type of industry like big data has already become the new name card of Guizhou. Guizhou now is becoming a rising star province in China. Then, what's about the infrastructure achievement Guizhou have heard? There is a website called Highest Bridge and the Tallest Bridge. They published a list about the bridge highest worldwide. There are 2 interesting numbers I would like to share with you. First one is that more than 18 of the top 100 bridges on the list came from China. And then more than 14 of the 18 bridges in China come from Guizhou. Guizhou covers almost all the bridge types in the world and can be called a bridge museum in the world. So, what we can learn from the example of Guizhou? That is, we can find a balance between the economy growth and the environment protection. And green growth should benefit all. This is the story EFG with Guizhou, and another I would like to share 3 examples about the infrastructure innovation in China. First is in Yancheng, Jiangsu province. Yancheng has 2 important wetland protect areas. One is Dafeng Media Protect Areas, and another one is Yancheng Real Birth Protect Areas. These 2 wetlands are the Ramsar International important wetlands. They are the largest in-tidal flats in Yancheng, in Yellow Sea ecoregion, and also very important stopover site for migrating birds and fishes. These two areas have already been identified by IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, for the key areas of intertidal wet birds. Around these two areas, there are some wind farms. As we all know, wind farms can be a symbol of positive reaction for climate change, but it might also have some negative effect to the migrating birds. Yes. Eco Foundation Global and our partners has been invited to do a lot of work about the environment impact assessment in the wetland protection and management, and also some radar monitoring studies at the service of the biodiversity conservation. Another example is in Guangdong province. There is an infrastructure project about balance the water supply between the east and the west of the whole Guangdong province. And the length of the pipeline is about 113 kilometers. This is a huge infrastructure project. And during the arrangement about this project, one topic is always in very high priority, that is environment and biodiversity assessment. The project across a lot kinds of ecological system. EFG and our team do a lot of biodiversity survey and diagnostics. We always focus on the enhancement of the ecological value of this project. First is to restore the natural habits, and another one is to ensure the effectiveness of eco-compensation. The last example I would like to share is in Jiangxi province, Fuzhou city. Eco Foundation Global was invited by local government to help improve the urban design planning. We give some suggestions. One is to build some wetland corridors and open forest corridors for wild animals. And the local government adapt. This is also, this little case is also a good example that China green infrastructure innovation, I think. Now, what we can conclude from these 4 examples? From my point of view, one of the most step forward for China green infrastructure is that we began to care more about the balance between man and nature. And man and nature are shared community of life. This is also the core concept of China eco-civilization. So what is eco-civilization? President Xi sent a lot of letters to Ecoforum Global. Maybe we can find some answer from the letters. In the letters of Ecoforum Global Annual Conference 2013, he first mentioned that embracing a new era of eco-civilization, building more beautiful China is an important part of Chinese dream. This year, he also mentioned that China is ready to work with the international community to realize the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and build a clean and beautiful world. Actually, eco-civilization is an idea that forward of Chinese traditional philosophy. There is a very famous sentence that is, clean water and large mountains are invaluable assets. When I introduce the eco-civilization concept to foreign friends, they are always very interested in the relationship and the difference between eco-civilization and sustainable development. This is also a very interesting and a huge topic. And next come to my third part of the presentation. For setting the path of integrating sustainable development goals and eco-civilization, EFG is now working with our partner, Sustainable Development Solution Networks, Jeffrey Sachs and Tsinghua University. We are now working on a report called Eco-Civilization Rating Report. Next year, about April, we are planning to publish the first Belt and Road version during the Belt and Road Summit in Beijing. Another cooperation is that we work very close with UNIDO and to make a 5-year plan for the implement of the carbon neutral infrastructure standard along the Belt Road countries. Just now, I mentioned the keyword about Belt Road for 2 times. The Belt and Road Initiatives was proposed in 2013. During the last 5 years, a lot of achievements have heard. And another keyword is Ice Silk Road. There is a lot of space for cooperation, for imagination. Paris Agreement, Sustainable Development Goals, and also eco-civilization. These 3 keywords, I think, all have one same topic. That is, we should stand together and work together to build a beautiful future for mankind and the nature. Thank you.